my thing is on Wemby, right?
On Wemby, I'm sorry.
My thing is why did it take for you to go down one game? And it makes me think and realize the power of Wemby. Dagnall adjusted before the series even started. You have three of the most elite bigs. Every one of your bigs, from Isaiah Hartenstein to Chet Holmgren to even Jalen Williams. But you started the series in game one already throwing out a different type of game plan instead of trusting that your bigs can get it done. You know what they did last night? They touched them up. Every single time, it wasn't no free runs. It was someone in his chest. It was an elbow in his chest. It was a hand touching. They was always arm's length away from Wemby. And you could tell at times he was frustrated. And also, I saw the pride kick in, the one-on-one defense. It wasn't just catch, blow by, go snatch the screws out the rim. No, Wemby had to make he was taking some tough shots, turnarounds, running floaters out of the post. Like, those are the things you want to see. I thought Isaiah Hartenstein and Jalen Williams off the bench. He brought some tenacity. I'm just waiting on Chet Holmgren.
But Perk, you may not get him. I'm gonna go back to something. It was old school. I thought I was watching like 90s basketball. I was waiting for Perk to come out in an OKC uniform last night because of the way they jostled Wemby on virtually every possession, which is the way they're going to have to play him. By the way, Perk, I still think they may have to go back to those wings. They're going to have to do everything. They're going to have to change it up. But it is not going to be officiated the same way. Hartenstein is not going to get away with that kind of physicality. He will have 5 fouls in the first quarter in San Antonio. We know how the officiating swings with that series traveling from OKC to San Antonio. So, yes, Hartenstein did what he needed to do last night. But is that going to be as effective the next night? Well, I don't think so. And they're still going to need Chet in a limited way, because I think Jalen Williams is as important, if not more so, in limited minutes than Chet defensively.
Well, here's where what Big Perk says is the level of importance elevates. Chet Holmgren is not capable of being in harassment to Victor Wembanyama on the defensive side of the ball. Because as skinny as Wembanyama is, at least he's got some damn definition. I mean, you look at Chet Holmgren and you literally, it's intriguing to wonder whether or not he's done a push-up. I mean, there's just nothing there. There's just nothing there. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, physically speaking. And so, yes, he can block shots and coming over from the weak side and providing help while somebody else is guarding him. Yeah, he's capable of it in that regard. But I'm talking about Chet Holmgren being the guy to body up Wemby and to cause the kind of disruption that we saw caused to him last night. I don't see Chet Holmgren being able to do that, which to me makes Jalen Williams even more important. Where Chet is going to be a problem for Wemby is if you preoccupy Wemby by making sure you're a force offensively, which speaks to what you're talking about, Big Perk, in terms of Chet Holmgren, showing up. Because sometimes a potent offense serves as a formidable form of defense, because when you preoccupy people with what you are going to do to them, it might derail what they're trying to do to you to some degree. That, to me, is Chet Holmgren's best shot at having an impact, not on bodying up Wemby. That's going to have to be Hartenstein and Jalen Williams.
Well, listen, let me say this. It's not just him bodying up Wemby. This is personal. This beef between Wemby and Chet goes all the way back to their high school days. I've been saying it for the last 4 or 5 days, and I'm going to continue to say it. Hey, Chet Holmgren, if you watching, Wemby hates you. He hates you. He hates you. He literally hates you. He can't stand the ground that you walk on. He hates you. I need you to bring that same type of energy. I need you to bring that same type of tenacity. The world knows it. At some point, you got to put your feet in the ground and say, I want some of this smoke. I want some of this smoke. I get it. You got other bigs to lean on. But this is personal. And let's not act like Chet don't know that it's personal, because we could go back about 2 to 3 years and go check his X account, because he had a couple things to say, after him and Wemby battles, and we expected early early when we saw these two tangle up early in their NBA careers that this was this was somewhat of a rivalry. Now it's been a bit of separation, but at the end of the day, Stephen A., Chet Holmgren is 7'1", 7'2". It got to come from here, dog.
So Chet,
Yeah, but I'm just saying you got to play to your strengths. You got to play to your strengths. Like listen, bro. If I'm competing against Big Perk, you know what I'm saying? I'm on the outside. I'm not trying to come down here. You know, I know better. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, it's just a reality. You know, certain realities have to kick in. There's certain things that, like I said, they're literally. I mean, you got to. It's a legitimate question looking at him to wonder whether or not. And I'm not. Chet Holmgren can play. He's a champion. You know, I'm not disrespecting him. I'm just talking about the look of his physique. It literally looks like the man has never done a push-up. Literally.
He might
I mean, you got to figure out a way.
Wiry
You got to figure out a different way.
I like that.
Wiry strong.
Wiry strong.
13 points last night for him in terms of Chet. 21 points, of course, for Wemby. I thought Isaiah did a pretty good job on him last night.
did.
Okay, let's go to Nick.
I mean, look, it just the pressure wears on you as much in a long, difficult series with a nemesis. Somebody, there's emotional expenditure of energy. We know that. We talked about that yesterday with Wembanyama. I thought that SGA coming out early, he is a let the game come to him quintessential player. That was not time for that anymore yesterday. He needed to force the action in the mid-range, and he did. Remember, his own team needs to have a familiarity, and they got in a familiar zone when he did. So with SGA doing that, that's Oklahoma City basketball at its best, and they're going to have to look. We know San Antonio, if healthy enough, Brian, is going to try to figure out a way to get him out of those spots, off those spots, and it's going to be SGA's job to doggedly figure out how to get there.
Look, game one went to double overtime. Game two was a one-possession game late into the fourth quarter. So it's been pretty nip and tuck at this point. The injuries, as you said, may go a long way towards defining where it heads from here. But at this moment, the Spurs stole home court. The Thunder looked like they figured some things out last night. Who would you say is in control of this series going to game
wait
three?
For the injury report. And what I'm afraid of if you're the Spurs is I think you can win the series, but you may need more generational games from Wembanyama. The entire Thunder organization is set up to take the ball from you. And now they've got their two most important steady ball handlers who may not be able to play or be limited. It is not a good formula for where they're at.
I don't think anybody's in control yet, though, Greeny. I think that is very wise and sage when you think about what teams are dealing with. But in general, this is just going to be an epic series. Like you mentioned how the first two games have gone. I think there are more adjustments to come. I don't know who's in control of this one. I don't have control.
You saw the adjustment. You talked about it. I was watching you guys go back and forth about this the other day. What's the next move here? What's the next move that you
I can see the adjustment for that game. I also agree with y'all that I think they're going to go back to scrambling it up, letting them see some of the guards. I think that OKC wins the injury report in this situation just because they are not as reliant. That's the thing about OKC. They are so deep a team. They are not as reliant on somebody getting in a rhythm and having the ball. The Spurs are. And the Spurs also lose the fact that the people that were willing passers as well, the guys that were really good at looking for Wemby, those guys are out. The guys that could make no business plays. Dylan Harper, no business plays, no business drives that we're like, what is he doing? And then it's like, oh, that actually was beautiful.
Great.
He's actually really in control.
I'll underline it one more time. Oklahoma City caused 21 turnovers. They scored 27 points off those. If Harper is hurt and De'Aaron Fox can't come back, that is an enormous advantage to OKC.
Yes, just look at Caruso, McCain, Mitchell, and Wallace. Just look at the contributions there. Look at the minutes played there. 25, 25, 28, 24. And you still, if you need to go to Isaiah Joe and Aaron Wiggins, you can. And he will. So
Michael,
you've got a
they
depth
had
there.
four
that can
guards
cover.
come off the bench and score in double figures. It's never happened in the history of the playoffs.
Yeah.
4 guards in double figures off the bench.
Those 4 guys combined for 51 points last night. So